Greetings. This is Scholar Saunders saying, what's current? It's all about PnB Rock. PnB Rock. Let's get to it. The judge has ruled that his alleged killer is not fit to stand trial. What this means is that the father of the alleged killer, and his name hasn't been released, but the father and the mother are either accessories to the murder and could face up to lifetime in prison or the death penalty if convicted with parole. If I have to mention that, with parole. So what this is a weird case. This is a really sad case. It happened. A lot of people say you can't go back to your same hood. You can't go back to your same hood. Well, like what we saw with Biggie, and others. Even if you want to say Tupac, he didn't live in Nevada. He didn't live in Las Vegas. If you go just around in certain areas, it depends on where you are. Pop Smoke is another example. It doesn't have to be your hood. Now there are examples where there are, like Nipsey Hussle. He was gunned down in his own property. But PnB Rock was just enjoying some chicken and waffles at Roscoe's, and he got blamed. So it's just a sad situation all around. But they're excusing this person because they're not even fit mentally. Something's wrong with their psychiatric levels. They're not even able to stand trial. They can't even stand trial. So with this PnB Rock situation, it really just goes to, he as the victim, and this person that could have stood trial, is passed on now really to his father and his mother, who could have concocted a scheme to create havoc and to end this man's life. He was not even that, on that like level of a Drake or a Rick Ross, or not even close to a Jay-Z or maybe a Kanye West, or artist formerly known as Kanye West. Yay. He was on the come up. He was trying to get his vocals out. He was trying to get his words together, trying to make new rap songs, and bam, bam, bam. 3 shots to the back. I think 1 to the torso, something like that. I could be wrong. Get your comment fingers going. But yeah, so this is an ongoing investigation. I think still, because they're still not sure, exactly who to put on the stand. The proper channels for that to happen, for it to go through. So we have to really look at that and really have to break it down to see what it is. I just read through some documents for the medical examiner. The way the gun was fired, it hit his back, but it went through and exited out, fractured his jaw, and went through his fractured his jaw and went out his neck. That's how weird the trajectory of different rounds go. So that's what happened to PnB Rock. His girlfriend is obviously, she was shattered at the after witnessing his fall. So it's very sad, very difficult to take another hip hop life, snatched away like Takeoff, who wasn't even supposed to be in the crosshairs. He just happened to be, and he was killed. So many people in hip hop. I mean, what other genres have this many bodies? What other genres? Is it a racial thing? Is it a black thing? Is it a genre thing? Is it a hip hop thing? What is it about hip hop, and especially men of color, especially men of color, who have to deal with these issues and have their lives snatched away from them? That's my question. So, for the judge to say, that all this is supposedly be taken away, I mean, it's just terrible. It's horrible. It's horrific. His real name was Rakim Allen, and he was from Philly. So he was just stopping in South Los Angeles. He was that much that could be touched, that he didn't have a presence of 10 to 12 bodyguards or security guards or anything like that. I think they have a misprint in XXL. They meant to say Freddie Trone. It says Freddie Tone. They were also charged in the PnB Rock murder. But they both pleaded not guilty to 1 count of murder, 2 counts of robbery, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit a felony. Chantel, his mother, the boy's mother, he's a minor anyway, so I won't even go any further with that. But Chantel was charged with being an accessory after the fact and eventually accepted a plea deal. This is all come from XXL. Quote, another man, Tremont Jones, who is accused of tipping off Freddie and then Tina PnB Rock's location, pleaded not guilty after being charged with 2 counts of robbery, conspiracy to rob the rapper, and illegally possessing a firearm as a felon. So that's where we are. That's and there was talk that PnB's girlfriend was on her Instagram and dropped the pin or something like that. Early on, some of the officials said that it could have been that, but since then, evidence has shown that clearly was not the case. It was not a case of her being on Instagram and dropping the pin for the location. That was bunk. So we have to be clear with our stories. We have to be clear with evidence. We have to be clear with the reality, the truth. Because this is the best part. This is the best part for me. When people, say, "Oh, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace." Okay, but you're thinking about mercy for the person who shot him, right? You're supposed to love that person, right? Love your enemies. The person that shot PnB Rock or whoever it was, who conspired against him. You're supposed to, according to Christian, doctrine, you're supposed to love him or her or whoever it was. You're supposed to love them. Am I right or am I right? I'm right. But when you say no justice, no peace, you want justice. Well, they say that justice demands that I should die. But grace and mercy says, oh no, we already paid the price. This is the world we live in. This is the world in which we live. We have people that have the audacity, the idea of being able to confess and say, not confess to say to a crime, but to speak of their head from their mind, out of their mouth, the truth. But they want both. They want to eat their cake and have it too. They want to have justice and mercy. They want to have grace and mercy. They want justice as well. You can't have both. It's either mercy or and grace and mercy or justice. You can't have all three. You can't. You ought to have justice only. No grace and mercy for people that are wrong that are evil. I'm trying to remember the Ayn Rand quote right now, but she said something about compassion, like compassion for people that commit murders is a complete oh my god, I'm forgetting the words, but it's like a complete it's like I'm gonna look it up. F this. I'm tired of y'all niggas. I'm trying to remember shit. Can't remember shit. But she said about compassion. That's all I remember. I'll try to say it. Something in the concentration camp too. Compassion. All right, here we go. I regard compassion as proper only toward those who are innocent victims, but not toward those who are morally guilty. If one feels compassion for the victims of a concentration camp, one cannot feel it for the torturers. If one does feel compassion for the torturers, It is an act of moral treason. That's the word I was trying to find. Toward the victim. So that's moral treason. If you have some kind of compassion for PnB Rocks and so many other artists and their killings. Excuse me. So we have to have that within our grasp. That PnB Rock was the victim, and if you feel any kind of way for the parent, the alleged killers, the alleged accessories to the crime, you're just as guilty. That's just facts. That's just reality. Because once you have all the evidence that shows, okay, this is serious. This is part of the game. This is part of the reality. Then you'll know that, you know, I don't even know why this even comes up. I don't even know how they determine. They never say how they determine somebody is mentally incompetent to stand trial. What do they do? What is there a test? Is there some kind of evaluation beforehand by psychiatrists? And then they say, "Oh well, no, this guy's he's totally lost. I mean, they wouldn't say as professionals, but I'm saying in layman's terms, this guy he can't cut it. He's too, you know, he's an 8-ball short of a billiards table or something like that. Do you play billiards with an 8-ball? I don't even know. I know you play pool, but so he's an 8-ball short of a pool table. So that's all I'm saying. It's just goofy to me. It's weird. It's strange. It's horrible. It's horrific when you think about it. It doesn't make any sense. That's what they call senseless crimes, senseless acts of violence. That's what they call them. That's what they're known by. Senseless acts of violence. Young teens getting gunned down, 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds. Just trying to enjoy a fried chicken and some waffle with some syrup and butter on it. That's all he was trying to do. Just live his life. And then shots rang out. Bang, 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 bang. Then there's evidence. There's some kind of evidence of PnB Rock having a pistol on him. Some kind of thing like that. He had on his back. He had a he had a gun sling or something like that. Hold on, let me make sure I get it right. The officer, quote from XXL, the officer also testified that when firefighters lift Rock onto the gurney to take him to the hospital, the rapper had a gun tucked in his waistband on his back. The placement of the gun on Rock's back is noteworthy in light of what Trone's lawyer argued last January that his client's son may have fired out of fear. I'm so weird. I'm going to continue. From the video camera in the restaurant, it is unclear what Mr. Rakim was doing with his hands after he was approached by Mr. Trone's son. The son could have been in fear for his own life, defense lawyer Winston McKesson wrote in his motion to dismiss charges. Additionally, the medical examiner, Dr. Juan M. Carrillo, also appeared in court, testifying that PnB was shot 3 times, one in his chest and twice in his back. Carrillo said that one of the bullets actually entered the rapper's body on his upper right back and his front and re-entered his body. That's what I'm talking about. Shot through the neck, and which fractured his jaw. That's crazy. It must have been dum-dums. That's how dum-dum rounds go. Salute to Rob 3000-ish. Salute. I was not having a lot of viewers. I had one person come in. So you need to hit that like button, my nigga. What strand did you smoke before you went live? Was it an OG or that candy gas? You sound super faded, my nigga. Yeah, well, I'm always faded. I'm just terrible like that. Have you donated yet? It shows 0 viewers right now, but I have 2 likes, so I appreciate that. Thank you for the 2 likes. You're one of those 2 likes, I'm sure. But yeah, hey, it's ridiculous. It's super terrible. I'm trying to pick apart this case, and it infuriates me when I'm thinking about it, because it's like, what did they do? Give me evidence. Give me the reason why. What did they say? What's 2 plus 2? And he said, Jaguar or something. What is it? Salute, Rob. Yeah, salute. But have you donated yet? You see what's pinned at the top, right? And also the other 2, Venmo and PayPal, right there on the screen. I'm on my YouTube screen, my MacBook right now. It's actually working, so that's a good sign. During the week I do the phone, but during the weekends I do the I try to do the MacBook. So yeah, PnB Rock, just join it amongst that. And on XXL they have a whole list. If you go to PnB Rock's page for the trial, they got everyone from Scotland Rock. Apparently was the first rapper. They have XXL. See the current status of every murdered rapper's case. XXL takes a look at the current status of the cases of hip hop murders that have occurred over the past 35 years. Do I still sound like I'm do I still sound like I'm faded? So that's the sad part. That's what's really sad. But PnB Rock, I can't even name a song from him. I didn't listen to PnB Rock before he was killed. To be honest. Yeah, super faded. But the real question is, how much have you donated today? God damn it. I hate these goddamn keys. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. Make you type so fast and then move. And if you can't, and ahead of time, if you can't donate, make sure you tell other people. Tell 3 people, but don't tell 4 people about me. Make that known. And what is it that makes someone sound faded, by the way? I've never smoked marijuana in my life. That's just my natural state, I guess. I don't know. But what makes a person sound faded? How do I sound faded? And how much have you donated today? Rob, 3,000-ish. And it still shows 0 viewers. So you're either not viewing and you're just listening, or I don't know. I don't know how they count that. I don't know how they count up. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna still go plow forward. That's the only thing you can do. I just won $5 from 3 days ago on vocal.media, and that pushed my total over to $24 that I'm gonna get money within the next few days. Beautiful thing called capitalism, kids. It's a wonderful system. Really, it's a subset of capitalism. It's a mercantilism, but yeah. So I just every time I think about this PnB issue, it just tears me to pieces. It's a terrible situation. He didn't even have he even had like the status of other Philly rappers, Cassidy, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, Meek Mill, Lil Uzi Vert. He really wasn't even in any of those camps, any of those ways. We're caught up in the Matrix. How did that didn't answer my question, sir? How much have you donated today? We're caught up in the Matrix. What are you talking about? Caught up in the Matrix. I need monies. I need monies from you people. You people? What the hell you mean, you people? Oh, man. So we have to consider that. We at least tell 3 people about me, because I'm still seeing 0 viewers right now. I don't know how many you can see, but I see 0 viewers, 2 likes. I need to have 100,000 viewers and 100,000 likes. This is some bullshit. One more viewer and I'll send a donation, my nigga. If I leave to send a... See, I hate this. They put the goddamn emoji bullshit on here. Cash App, you'll lose me as a viewer, my nigga. How would I lose you as a viewer? How would I lose you as a viewer if you send a Cash App? Just send $10, send $20. That's it. That's all you gotta send. I'm not asking for much. $10, $20. If you want to send $50, $100, that's cool too. I've had people do that. But anyway, PnB Rock, the whole situation is just a cluster F. I'm trying not to cuss. I cussed a little earlier, I know, but it's a cluster F. It's a terrible look for everybody, the law enforcement, the judicial system, hip hop, everything looks really bad after all of this. It looks terrible. Like I was saying, on the page, they show almost every single, if not every single rapper who was either murdered or, I think just murdered. They're murder cases. All the murder cases of every rapper that's ever happened in history of all time. There's like a whole list of them. There's like a long list. Very long list. Some you'll know: Tupac, Biggie, Takeoff, people like that. Scott LaRock was the first. He must have been the very first hip hop slang. And his case is still unresolved. It's a cold case. It happened in 1987, 37 years ago. It'll be 37 years next month. It's wild. So I think, with PnB Rock, that investigate, like I said, I think it's still an ongoing investigation. They're still trying to find the clues and trying to piece together the rationale. Even with the trial in place, they're still trying to find whatever clues they can possibly have that could lead them to the killer, the murderer. Like I said, this is just the goofy way people act. No justice, no peace. Yeah, justice for PnB Rock. Oh, but have mercy, says the Lord. Have mercy. Be good to those who hurt you. Be good to those who do you wrong. I'm getting a bite to eat. Pause. More viewer. I'll send a donation, my nigga. All right, salute, man. Salute. Rob 3,000 ish. That's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah. So they want to eat their cake and have it too. You cannot eat your cake and have it too. It's either or. You want to have your cake, but you can't eat it. You want to eat your cake, eat it, but you can't have it anymore because you just ate it. That's just the fact of reality. And that's what people strive for with faith, especially Christians. They want to have the life of just on their own, and as somewhat semi-rational, somewhat semi-selfish, somewhat semi-rational and thoughtful. But then they have this God thing that comes through, and that's what makes things all mixed up and messy. And like in our arts, especially they have people like the gangster movies and stuff like that. You root for the gangsters, you root for the people that are doing all these horrible things, these low lives that are doing these horrible, horrific acts, and you just say, I got to be like that too, because the world's against me, and all I got is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for nobody. And you're looking at the bad guy. Of course, I'm referencing Scarface, because that's the most flamboyant and most colorful, especially with the color red of blood, and gangster films to ever happen. But you also have more nuanced gangster movies like The Godfather, which people have somehow as the greatest movie of all time. There's Goodfellas, there's Casino, there's all these different Carlito's Way, all these different films that came out and are continuing to come out that show you gangs in New York. It's like, what do you do? Why can't you prize The Architect? Why can't you prize? Oh, that's boring. That's corny. And that's why I'm so astounded and so profoundly happy at the fact that Ayn Rand dramatized the Fountainhead so well that she made the gangster movies look like these wimps, these punks, these little nobodies, and an architect as a supreme being, this great human achievement. That's great. That's wonderful. That's what's supposed to be. So we have things like that within our culture. What happens with people like PnB Rock being gunned down? You almost root for the person that shot him, because we respect the shooter. You don't respect who got shot. That's the code within the streets. Don't snitch. Don't be a tattletale. Don't be a rat. Well, I'm a snitch. I snitched on people before. All rats must die, even Master Splinter. So just to put that out there, that's facts. So if you have any concern with being able to understand the rapid decline of our systems, our judiciary system, our legislative system, and our executive system, everything points to people that are like the person who killed PnB Rock. I'm still confused though. I'm still in a state of shock and bewilderment when they say somebody's unfit to stand trial. How? What is the criteria? What are the criteria? What are the criteria that says, well, this person is unfit? This is not, we had an evaluation, we had a battery of tests. This guy can't stand up on his own. He can't stand up for his own freedom because he's not well. He's not well mentally. Would I be able to stand on trial? I have bipolar disorder. Does that prevent me from being on trial for some crime? I mean, it's ridiculous. I just don't understand. I don't understand how somebody can be excused, and he could be the murderer. It's not definite. It's not shown that he was the murderer. Okay, hold on. One more viewer, and I'll send a button donation. Is that you, Rob? 3,000-ish? I got one more viewer. You owe me money, my nigga. You owe me money, my nigga. You owe me money. Damn it. They just went away. God damn it. I'm getting a bite to eat. Pause. One more viewer. I'll send a donation, my nigga. He's gonna send, whatever he sends, but PnB Rock, salute to him. As they say, RIP, I say rock and power. Whoever did this terrible crime is going to come out into the light, and we're going to finally see the reality of the truth being delivered. All right, completely shift gears like they do in the news. They can talk about somebody, house burning down, and they say, "Well, we have a new showcase on puppies." Like, you're like bewildered that them saying that, but the Olympics are here. That's the biggest news, going around and everything. I've been watching everything from water polo to ping pong to volleyball to bicycle racing. And who did it? Who was the idea behind the bicycle racing? Like 7 people fell off their bike when they were making a turn because the goddamn road is wet. What the hell? They couldn't do something in like an indoor track or something. I didn't get that. I didn't understand. I could kind of understand the boats going down the Seine and everybody waving. Woo! Nobody cares about us. We only have 4 athletes. Then it comes, at the end, USA with the big yacht looking thing, 571 athletes on it, and LeBron's holding the flag. I just can't wait for basketball. I can't wait for basketball because that's a sport I most understand. No kidding. A Negro knows about basketball. Oh, well, tell me more. Yeah. So I'm just engaged. They got Steph on the team, KD and Bron. So it could be something special. It could be something. I would like to see more blowouts. I like to see those teams just be demoralized. The Dream Team and the Redeem Team, the 92 Olympics and the 2008 Olympics, they completely demolished those teams. They completely demolished them. It was terrible. And I'm surprised that this is Steph's first Olympics. This is his first Olympics. If I'm not mistaken, I may not be correct, but I think I am. He's a rookie on the squad. So I hope that goes well for him. I hope he shoots the lights out in the court. I hope he has like 17 threes in a row. I hope KD dunks on their head. Hope they give alley-oop to LeBron. Because the world already plays in the NBA. The world plays in the NBA. I'm trying to remember the names, but the Greek freak, Antetokounmpo, he's not American. He's not a United States citizen originally, naturalized, as a natural citizen. That's just one example. I can't think of anybody else. But people that were in the NBA, like Tony Parker, he's from France. He played for the Spurs, got some chips with them. Championships or chips. It's just funny. But I just like it. I love to see excellence. That's great for me. And here's a two viewers. 2 viewers, Rob 3000 ish. You owe me money, nigga. You owe me money. I got 2 viewers. But anyway, I just love to see excellence. I love to see outstanding effort. I love to see metaphor of life concretized in these games. They say, I think it was, I don't know, I could be wrong, but it was Howard Cosell who said the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. I could be wrong. I think he said that though. But that's what it is. It's like the ups and downs of life. You're joyful and you're jubilant and you're strong and you're pumping your chest and you're being really rambunctious and kind of wild, But you can only do that in sports nowadays. You try doing that at your desk. I don't have a desk at a bank or something like that, or or in the checkout line at the local supermarket. Try to beat your chest after you make sure you completed somebody's groceries. Go, woo, yeah, and hug the next store clerk. Try doing that. See what happens. Everybody just look at you like, the hell? What's going on with this cat? But you do that in sports, like, oh yeah, it's sports. You're supposed to do that. So my point is, if you have that same jubilation, that joy, that happiness, that sense of accomplishment, that sense of arrogance, to be, that powerful and strong within in your capacity and your capabilities, that's extraordinary. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see in my teams that play in the Olympics. And I'm gunning for whoever's great and whoever isn't. Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, Palestine. I'm totally not going to vote for it. I'm surprised they even let them into the Olympic Games. Oh, now it's down to 0. God damn. Whatever. Y'all some fickle mother. Y'all are fickle. I can't even get my damn donation if I don't have my viewers. So. All right, so what? Keep going. So that is the power of sports. I mean, just the small thing, like in the during the Winter Olympics, they have curling. Who can root for curling? But the teams themselves. Curling's like the most boring sport ever devised, in my opinion. I try to understand it. It's like they have the large rock and then they use the brooms and everything. But what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Winter Olympics. It's the Summer Olympics. I know. I'm just saying, for example, because most of the Summer Olympics are pretty exciting. I saw handball. When do you ever see handball? That's like usually on ESPN at like 1:00 in the morning or something like that. Some place in Lithuania or something. I don't even know if Lithuania is in the Olympics. I don't even know. Let me see. I'm just checking. Lithuania and some. Yup, they're at the 2024 Olympics, Lithuania. There's a pentathlon. And that's the thing, too. It's like, can't hear anything in your audio. Can you hear me now? 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 I had 2 viewers, if you didn't know. I had 2 people. Can't hear anything. Your audio has issues. Can you hear me now? Am I being heard? Can you see me? I got 3 likes. So there's somebody that's going to come in as a viewer. There it is. So Rob, 3,000-ish, you owe me a donation. Pow, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Now they went away, nigga. But that was 3 people that came in and left. And I'm at 3 likes. Oh my God. But yeah, so sports, I mean, I don't care what it is. Once you get a gold medal around your neck, you're like, shit, nigga, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. Nobody can mess with me. I got this gold. Even the person with a bronze medal got like, man, I'm kind of the shit. I mean, I'm 3rd place. 3rd place better than worst place, you know. And but yeah, 2 views. I told you. Salute. Okay, now, okay, whoever this is, Yarbrough, can't have it. Can't have it. Sorry. Can't do 2 views, $2. No. It's not happening. Refund. Okay. Yeah, you're getting refunded. I need at least 5 10s and 20s. 5s, 10s, and 20s. Anything else is going right back to you. I will not deal with 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take a 5er. I'll take 10. I'll take 20, 50, 100, or more, whatever that is. But I will not take $2. Have a little bit more respect for the machine. So Rob 3,000-ish, if you are Yarborough or whoever the hell, I hope you enjoy your $2 back. Because I'm not taking it. I would not take it. But anyway, I mean, this is a special thing about, the Olympics. I'm sure there's, betting. That's probably heavy. A lot of casinos, a lot of online betting on which countries are going to have the most medals, or how much somebody's going to flick their hair back, or how much, they're going to, during the volleyball, see how many people are going to dig their feet into the sand. There's, it's just silly shit like that happens with betting. It's just weirdo shit. So we have to be on the lookout for that. We have to be very cautious when it comes to that. We have to understand that it's definitely it's a money game. All this is money game. This is for the world. This is just money game for the world. And I think the U.S. is banked the most because it usually has the most medals. Usually, I think, and most of the Summer Olympics and even the Winter Olympics, they have the most medals. Maybe they don't have the most medals in the Winter Olympics, but usually in the summer. Like I was saying about the medals, Jerry Seinfeld had a great bit. He said, bronze medal, at least you won something. That's pretty cool. Of course, everybody wants a gold medal. You're first place. You did the best thing. You're the greatest. That's wonderful. But silver, you're the first loser. Who wants to have silver? Who wants to be the first loser? Who wants to be second place? You don't really want that. You don't want it. You'll take it. You don't really want it. You're like, I got the silver. But like I said, that's just the way it goes with the Olympics. But it is beautiful. Nope, shouldn't have kept the $2. Will not accept $2 ever, not ever, not ever again. I've accepted it one time from somebody way back when the show first started. I'm not taking the $2. If you can't respect the machine, then get the hell out of here. I don't need you. Let the welfare feed you. Take that $2 and buy your daughter, put it towards your daughter's college fund, or buy her some Pampers or something like that. I don't know what your situation is, but take this $2 somewhere else. I don't need $2. I need $200,000, $200 million, $200 billion, $200 trillion. That's what I need in my life. So you're not going to help me out with $2. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, like I said, this is one of my favorite times of every 4 years, and it's actually every 2 years for the Olympics, but every 4 years for the Summer Games. It's so exciting, just to see all these athletes compete, and they're at the top of their game. The conditioning, the eating, the dieting, the exercising regimens, all of that had to come into play for years, for at least 2 to 3 years ahead of time for some of these athletes. I mean, that's just important for their ability, and they still might not win. And just think about the people that run, the 400-yard dash, or whatever. I don't know how many, whatever dashes, or however many yards. The person that comes in last, I don't know if they're like number 8 or 6 or something like that. The person who comes in last can still smoke you and not even think about it. And you could be like in your best condition. You've been training, you've been putting in work, you've been putting in hours on the gym, and they will still smoke you. The person that came in 6th. So what do you think about the person that came in 1st? That's what's so extraordinary about these games. Because it's all about merit. It's all about being the greatest. It's all about wonder. It's all about morality. That you don't cheat. That you don't cheat. Now, I would say that there should be, performance-enhancing drugs in all sports. I mean, what is it going to hurt if somebody that plays ping pong? Is a performance-enhancing drug really going to affect their game? Doubt it. But somebody that's, a weightlifter or somebody like that, somebody like that, it's just very, it's just weird, So Rob 30-ish says, what up? That Olympic opening talk about the mysticism surrounding it. Could you rephrase that? I totally missed your whole point. What are you asking? You said what up that opening Olympic talk about the mysticism surrounding it. I don't even know what you're talking about, sir. Honest with you, I have no clue what you're talking about. No clue who you're talking about. No clue. So rephrase that, and then maybe I might have some kind of understanding of what you're saying. It's Rob 30,000 people, by the way. He's in the live chat. You will not see the live chat. This will all be a figment of your imagination. So I think that the Olympics are so wonderful. They're just great. To be in France, and I think that was cool. You know, it would have been better if it wasn't raining, but I guess the rain kind of added to the idea of Europe mostly, because most places are raining over there. Germany, Europe, and France, places like that are very rainy and very dark. And UK, even England, of course, London fog, London rain. But yeah, so I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool to have like the different boats go down the River Seine. That was pretty cool how that was organized. But my favorite one was, I think, 2012. 2012, I think, was my favorite. What's up with the Olympic opening ceremony? Talk about the mysticism surrounding the opening performance. I have no idea. I didn't hear about the mysticism about the opening performance. I didn't really notice that. I noticed Lady Gaga and Celine Dion. They did the goddamn thing. Especially Celine Dion. She was on point. She did her goddamn thing. Not to like discredit little Lady Gaga, but you know, Celine Dion did her thing. She did what the hell she had to do. She did not come to play no games. So that's extraordinary. That's definitely powerful, very forceful, gives you a sense of what you are and what you can do. Because they were all kids too, and they were probably pushed since they were 3 or 4 years old. Like 80 to 90% of the athletes started their craft, started honing their skills when they were very young. They may have hated it. They may have hated playing, a sport like football or something like that. I mean, soccer, football. They may have hated it. They may have thought this sucks, Daddy. This sucks, Mom. I don't feel like doing this. And then they grow up to be, Cristiano Ronaldo or something, or Messi or something like that. They didn't want to do it at first, but the beginning, but they switched it up. I don't even think they're in the Olympics though, but ironically, I don't think Ronaldo or Messi are in the Olympics. I don't think so. But somebody like Michael Phelps, who knew? He might have been in a pool, and he was just like, I don't like being in water like that much. I think it was the opposite. I think he always had liked to be in water. Okay, Robert 3,000 ish. You're really losing me now. The Smurfs. Who? I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, my friend. What are you talking? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Yeah, but I just like the whole spectacle. That's my favorite. That's probably gonna be my favorite word for the next few weeks. Spectacle. The spectacle of it all. The gamesmanship, the sportsmanship, the agility, the ability, the greatness that is exuded from these athletes from all over the world. But I think USA has the most title, most most medals. Jesus Christ. Maybe I am faded. But they had the most medals of all time. I mean, I don't think any other country besides the USA has the most. But then again, we also had the most athletes perform probably of all time. So you have to take that into account. It's a really interesting kind of thing when you think about it, because there are people that would, poo-poo on the Olympics and say, "Oh, it's overpriced, it's expensive, it costs people, the taxpayers, money." And I agree with that. It should be completely privatized. It shouldn't be something of the government. I mean, it blocks out, roadways. It blocks, different ways during the events and stuff like that. But I guess you could say, you have to have a greater value. You value the fact that you get to see these wonderful athletes perform at a high level on the grandest stage in the world. I mean, that's just awesome. Talk about Snoop carrying the torch. I had nothing to say about Snoop carrying the torch. I don't have anything to say about it. So it was carrying the torch. Good for Snoop. It's it's very weird. It's a very weird way when you say something like, "Oh, the Olympics aren't interesting. They're not real. They're staged. This is all made up. It was already organized and programmed behind it." That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. If that were true, the 2004 Olympics, where the USA team got the bronze, like that is example, obviously, of how this was not rigged. And for the most part, there have been doping scandals. There have been people that have cheated in certain events and stuff like that. That has happened. Grant you that, but not to that point. Isn't see they got this goddamn emoji bullshit. Move. Can't even read what it says. Isn't that Snoop Dogg big for him for hip hop, and you black you blacks? Well, I'm not black, unless it's a matter of racism. Then I'm a black person. But for Snoop Dogg, I think it's big for him. I don't know if it's big for hip hop, but I guess it's big for him. To him, for his career, the fact that he's relevant and a factor at the same time. Very few rappers his age are relevant and a factor, and can get in with mainstream corporate America, and fashion himself to be that way. That's pretty extraordinary. Snoop Dogg, is a brand. He's not just a rapper. He's a record producer, writer. He's a TV show host, TV show podcaster. He's a very many things. He wears many hats. He's one of the slashers. He's got a lot of slash. Greatest rapper all time? Hell no, not even close. Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time. Not my favorite, but he's like top 20 of my favorites. Yes, he's a factor. He's a factor, but he's not the greatest rapper of all time. Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time. The Jigga Man. Unquestionable. No doubt. Without any argument. You can say what you want, but it's not even close. Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time. And like, he cares. He doesn't even... He said, "I'm not a rapper." Back on the Blueprint. 23 years ago almost. "I'm not a rapper." Okay, Jay-Z not carrying a torch. That's fine. Doesn't mean he's not the greatest rapper. And Snoop is about to be on The Voice, like a rapper talking about singers. That's how he can get in. If it was anybody else, they're looking like he had 14 heads and lobsters were crawling out of his ears. Snoop is more influential on a level. I can agree with that. Like I said, he has, corporate America and different interests like that. But Jay-Z does too. So Snoop just may be more, more easy to market. He's got marketability outside of what he does. But Jay-Z's definitely got to deal with NFL and amongst other deals, liquor deals and everything like that. That made him a billionaire with a B. So Snoop may have the influence, but Jay-Z's got the money, definitely. So I'm really going to look forward to these next few days, watching these magnificent sportsmen and women. It's very pleasant idea knowing that with all the stress and strife in this life, we can have at least a pause to look at how we can defend we can defend ourselves and fight for something that isn't a literal war. The show has gone off the rails. Well, then it's off the rails and it's going into another track. I don't know. But yeah, so definitely got to get to this telephone, this mobile phone, this mobile device. I definitely would have at least maybe 5 or 6 people viewing right now. But when I go live, I thought that they would get people to go. I have 602 people. Bread and Cirrus. What is bread and Cirrus? I don't know what the hell you're talking about, my friend. Are you saying bread and circus? Is that what you mean? No, I should not do a call show. I don't want to do a call show. I like what we're doing right now. It's just my voice, nobody else's voice. It's completely guided by me. I do the whole show. It works. Yes, that's cute to say it's bread and circus, but at the same time, it's a much bigger issue than that because it's a totally different era than it was in Rome or Greece. Well, Rome or Greece. I don't know if it was Roman or Greco idealism, but the bread and circus thing doesn't really apply here. Yeah, it's Roman. The phrase is attributed to the Roman poet Juvenal, Satires and Satire X, who lived in the late 1st and early 2nd century AD. In ancient Rome, rulers used bread and circuses to keep the people content and complacent by giving them free food and violent public spectacles. The bread was a monthly grain dole that citizens of the capital city could collect, and the circuses were violent shows like gladiator games and chariot races. Give them bread and circuses, and they will never revolt. Well, that's obviously bullshit because we revolted, and if it ever comes to the point where we have need for a revolt, we will do that, and then get back to the games. That's the difference. So we don't need a bloody revolt. All you need is a bloodless, thoughtful revolt. You can have a revolution that doesn't have one drop of blood on either side. That's possible. So watch the Olympics, enjoy them. They're gonna ram down as many advertisements as possible in between the games, especially the different pharmaceutical commercials. Enjoy all of it. Enjoy the spectacle. That's all I can say. Enjoy the lights and the show and the almost made it and the kind of just had it, and the ones that conquer and that win, that that are more than conquerors, and that's better than the Christians. So I appreciate that. Rob 3000 says, I'm trying to watch you and drive while adjusting my radio and eating Chick-fil-A and open a can of soda, my nigga. Forgive me. Give me a break on the spelling. You have pretty good spelling. And just like, don't get into an accident over me. Please don't implicate me in that. I don't need to have that on my conscience. But the show is over anyway. So I appreciate you, Rob 30,000-ish, for being my only person. That's all I need sometimes. Sometimes I only have one person riding with me in the live chat. So salute to you. I had to return your money. Don't ever send me $2, $3, or $4, $5 and up, sir. That's all we're dealing with. So I appreciate you, and enjoy the games. Take care.